could have guessed that we, as a society, were suffering from Blake Lively blindness for all these years and never realized what a bully she was? Well, at least the surfaced interviews, old dramas, and an entire list of celebrities who have feuded with the stars suggest that way. So, perhaps we were blinded by Blake's beauty and charm, but there were a lot of Hollywood A-list names who knew what she was really like. They tried to warn us for all these years, and we never listened to them. Well, today tides are turning, and finally, it is time to pay attention to the celebrities that Blake feuded with over the years. Spoilers, the list is quite long. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Leighton Meester. At the top of our list, to no one's surprise, we have the Gossip Girl alumni Leighton Meester. Back in 2008, rumors swirled about tension between Blake and Leighton on the set of their hit show. According to a source in the New York Daily News, the two avoided each other like the plague, leading to some of their co-stars picking sides. Apparently, Chase Crawford, who played Nate and is currently starring in The Boys, was said to stick close to Leighton. However, Penn Badgley, who played Dan and is currently the star of the show You, was often seen with Blake both on and off screen. To avoid awkward encounters, the crew would reportedly call Blake to set just before her scenes, so that she wouldn't bump into Leighton. As a longtime Gossip Girl fan, I always sensed that there was some bad tension between the two, and remember such rumors from back in the day. But I never realized how serious the feud was until this day. The New York Daily News also hinted at the feud with a blind item speculating about two young actresses on the same show who were forced to pose together at PR events despite hating each other. The item suggested that one actress was bitter about being overshadowed by the other. I mean, we all remember that red carpet scene in which Blake bossed Leighton and annoyed the hell out of Leighton, right? At the time, Harper's Bazaar further fueled the gossip, with reports claiming that Blake was jealous of Leighton's wardrobe budget, while Leighton allegedly thought Blake was an egomaniac. In response, Blake's representative didn't exactly shut down the rumors, stating Blake and Leighton have never been best friends and never professed to be. Blake goes to work, does her job, and goes home. So this basically confirms that she was not a fan of Leighton. Get it? Oh, we also have this infamous clip of Blake basically calling Leighton monkey. Jesus.
Anna.
It was another promise was no pet monkey. Yeah. Chuck has a matching pet monkey with coordinating outfits, and I was like, I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey. And then I got a few of them.
You got a few of them.
Come on, it was a joke. Lord have mercy.
Scarlett Johansson. Okay, this one may seem like a very obvious one at first. After all, Scarlett was once married to Ryan Reynolds, and now it is normal for her to have a feud with his new wife, Blake, right? Well, perhaps. But things are not as simple.
Ryan, the adorable Ryan Reynolds, been married?
We have been married, how long have we been married? A year and a half.
Year and a half. And you're a cute couple. He is also in here, right?
Thank you.
According to Fandom Wire, Lively and Reynolds met on the set of the movie Green Lantern, around the time when fans were speculating about the state of Johansson and Reynolds' marriage. But this is important. Despite speculation, the two were still married. The couple filed for divorce in 2010, and by 2011, Reynolds was dating Lively, sparking rumors that he might have cheated on Johansson with Blake. And honestly, their press tour interviews do not help their case at all.
Because for me, my husband started as a friend. He was a good friend for 2 years that was not romantic in any way. And
Han Solo, and he felt like this classic hero, something that I hadn't seen in a long time on film, a character who can throw a punch, tell a joke, and kiss a girl.
The thing is, Blake and Ryan loves to brag about how they met, how they were besties for 2 years, and how they ended up falling in love desperately. But if their flirtation truly started during the filming of Green Lantern, this timeline does not make any sense. There is no time in between to have a 2-year-long friendship. Still, they claim that they went on double dates that were very cringy for their partners at the time, since there were lots of spark between them.
Okay, responding to this comment regarding Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' relationship. So they met on the set of the Green Lantern, and about a year after the Green Lantern wrapped, they brought 2 innocent bystanders on a date. So Blake was on a date with one person, Ryan was on a date with another girl, and he said it was the most awkward date because there were just fireworks between he and Blake. I think we've all seen this where somebody's like, ooh, let me set you up with my friend, but they secretly really have a flame for the friend, and you're like, why are you using me as a pawn? And like, it's a very are they or aren't they situation where they were like, we were just buddies. And then at this double date, we miraculously realized that we had a flame for each other. It's like, no, that's not how it works. Typically you have some chemistry before, and then maybe a door opened up and it became possible for them to have that chemistry or have that rapport because they were both unattached. But that being said, I honestly feel so bad for the other people on the date. Because could you imagine you were like really excited about being on a date with Ryan Reynolds or Blake Lively or someone, and then all of a sudden you are just pushed to the side and these two are having chemistry, and it's like, why didn't you guys just go on a date with each other? Okay, leave us out of this. I don't want to be a pawn in this little thing.
Not surprisingly, many speculate that Ryan's date at the time was actually his then-wife Scarlett, which doesn't sound good for Blake at all. Plus, there are reports from the National Enquirer at the time that Scarlett was very resentful of Ryan's marriage to Blake, even believing that Balka had purposefully seduced and stolen Ryan from her. Us Weekly also reported at the time that Scarlett was furious when she found out that Ryan and Blake were dating. A source claimed, Scarlett is pissed that he's not under her spell anymore. She realized what a great catch Ryan was. Okay, this is bold and seems like it was leaked by Ryan himself, but anyway. There are also rumors that at the time, Blake tried to steal Scarlett's role in a project and miserably failed in it. When she was cast in Green Lantern, Blake gave statements to MTV, stating that she wanted Scarlett to teach her how to be a superhero since Scarlett is so great as the Black Widow. But according to a well-connected source, Blake was also trying to snag a role from Scarlett at the same time. The source revealed that shortly after news broke that Johansson had verbally agreed to star in Alfonso Cuarón's sci-fi film Gravity, Blake approached the director in hopes of securing the part for herself before Scarlett signed the deal. In the end, we all know that Sandra Bullock ended up playing the part. Still, it is interesting to see that Blake was admiring Scarlett so much that she wanted to steal her role, and failed in it, only to allegedly steal her husband in the end. Very interesting. Martha Stewart. Okay, this is a brief one. Blake wanted to be Martha Stewart with a brand new career move, which only lasted a year, and then, during the process, Martha basically called this attempt of hers stupid. This TikTok explains it way better than I could.
Okay, this is the last thing I'll say about Blake Lively, but does anyone else remember when Martha Stewart shaded the F out of her? So Blake and Ryan became Martha Stewart's neighbor and had their mutual realtor introduce them. And then suddenly Blake Lively sprung up with a lifestyle website and was basically trying to cosplay Martha. And then Martha said of her site, I mean, it's stupid. She could be an actress. Why would you want to be me if you could be an actress? Now, a year later, when the website shut down, after interviewing Blake, which I will show you, which is very interesting, she said, I'm sorry, I know. Blake Lively made a big effort. Sometimes shuttering is good. She said, listen, she's a movie actress. Why bother with commerce right now? She's at the top of her career. I'm totally supportive, but you know what? Maybe you can't do everything at the same time. Senior Vice President Kevin Sharkey also had some cutting words. He said, I don't get the sense that she's credible. She's enthusiastic, but she's not credible.
Anna Kendrick, honestly, over the past couple of weeks, my biggest enjoyment in life has been watching the interviews of Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively and trying to guess how cringy they can get. Apparently, during the filming of A Simple Favor, the two actors hated each other. In fact, allegedly, there were basically enemies. Their press tours had to be scheduled separately because they couldn't stand each other. It got so bad that the studio had to step in and remind them to at least pretend to like each other during public appearances. Jesus.
So rumor has it that by the end of A Simple Favor, Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick were not speaking. They were basically enemies and their press tours had to be booked separately. So my question is, what do you think went down and whose fault do you think it is? On the one hand, Blake Lively famously did not get along with her other co-star, Leighton Meester, so that's points off for Blake. But I've also heard that Anna Kendrick is disrespectful and rude to waiters, bartenders, and fans. So what do you guys think? What do you think got in between these two stars? Or are they just not nice to people?
Plus, in one interview, Anna mentioned working with Blake's husband, Ryan, and hinted that while she used to think Blake was nice, she doesn't anymore, which doesn't sound good at all. At one point in the interview, Anna even tells Blake not to touch her, which is not funny if it is a joke and is horrible if it is not a joke.
Well, I met Blake. I worked with her husband Ryan several years ago, so I met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film.
Got it.
And thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Yeah. Look at the body language experts analyzing this right now.
Again, in an interview, the two recalled a moment when Blake showed up exceptionally late to filming, leaving Anna waiting because she wasn't informed about the schedule change. Kendrick jokingly remarked, "That was the day I decided I hated you," which led to an awkward exchange as Lively tried to explain her tardiness. Anna later admitted, We were all talking shit about you? Oh my God, do they have anything to say good about each other at all? In another interview with Kirsty Fla, Anna hints that she had muted Blake on Instagram. Well, this act alone perfectly explains how they feel about each other.
In real life, it's the other way around, and I constantly have to call Blake and be like, it's okay, you're good at giving interviews, I promise you, people like you, they respect you.
A lot of talking
Gotta
off the
give her a
ledge.
pep talk. I'm like, we're amazing, we're powerful.
That's true.
I mean, I'm the reason she gets out of bed in the morning.
And Anna's just an egomaniac, as you can see. So,
Yeah.
I'm so I learned a lot from her.
Yeah.
Armie Harmer. Armie Harmer is arguably the most hated man in Hollywood, and it is for a good reason. So I'm not sure how much we should pay attention to his words regarding Blake. Still, it is known that he basically hates her. In a recent interview, Armie was asked to reveal the biggest diva on the set of Gossip Girl. Remember, Armie appeared in 4 episodes as Serena's love interest, who fittingly turned out to be a con man. He responded by saying, "Let me just say that was a tough show to film, and I didn't end up filming all the episodes I was supposed to because it was so difficult." Armie hinted that his co-star, likely Blake, wanted him off the show. Well, this is interesting to say the least. Justin Baldoni. And this brings us to today's massive feud between Blake and Justin Baldoni over the highly expected It Ends With Us movie. Here is a brief overview of the feud that is still ongoing and seems to last for the upcoming weeks at least. Rumors began circulating about a possible rift between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni during post-production of the movie. Neither has addressed these rumors directly, but some passive-aggressive comments between the two have fueled online speculation about what might have gone wrong. Baldoni initially secured the rights to Colleen Hoover's novel, describing it as a powerful mix of romance, mystery, and emotion, and admitting it brought him to tears. Hoover, who was protective of her book, only agreed to sell the rights after receiving a heartfelt email from Baldoni, which convinced her that he truly understood the story's significance. Naturally, fans expected Hoover's trust in Baldoni to translate into a cinematic masterpiece, but things reportedly took a turn after Blake was cast as Lily. Blake, who also served as one of the film's producers, allegedly brought her husband Ryan into the filmmaking process. Rumor has it that Ryan was so involved that he even wrote the rooftop scene, despite not having an official role in the movie. It seems that Blake and Justin had conflicting visions for the film, leaving Justin feeling sidelined in his own project. The press tour hinted at tension, especially for Justin. Fans quickly noticed his absence from joint press events and the lack of photos with Blake at the New York premiere. Additionally, many pointed out that Blake and other cast members don't follow Justin on Instagram, though he follows them. Meanwhile, Ryan was highly visible during the press tour, which was unexpected, even though Blake has previously mentioned that she and Ryan often collaborate on each other's projects. Insiders have confirmed that Ryan contributed significantly to the dialogue in the rooftop scene, even though he was busy with Deadpool and Wolverine at the time. Blake, as both star and producer, reportedly had a major influence on the film's creative direction, even commissioning her own cut of the movie from editor Shane Reed, who also worked on Deadpool and Wolverine. It's unclear if any of Blake's version made it into the final edit, but insiders noted that multiple cuts are common in filmmaking, and the team eventually agreed on the final version. Blake allegedly leaked to the press that the reason why she was not a fan of Justin was the fact that he fat-shamed him, and Justin claimed that Blake would be the best candidate to direct the second movie of the franchise.
This is your night, mister.
No, this isn't my night. This is a night for all the women who we made this movie for. This is a night for Blake. This is a night for Colleen. I'm just so grateful that we're here. 5 years in the making. When you love something so much and when you're touched and moved by something, like as deeply as I was by this book, it just kind of comes naturally. Yes, this is a movie about love and hope, but that we don't shy away from the issue. What comes to mind isn't so much about the work that went into it, but about the why behind it. If a Lily Bloom in real life can sit in this theater and maybe make a different choice for herself than was made for her, maybe she sees herself on that screen and chooses something different for herself, that's why I made the movie.
So clearly there is lots of passive-aggressive drama between the two. This feud still continues, so make sure to like and follow to stay up to date with all Blake Lively drama. See you in the next one.